And so when sometimes when you say, oh, it's why don't we have more original artists in Singapore and things like that. I think there are a lot of original artists and a lot of original ideas, even in terms of how we cover songs and interpret them. So I think originality sometimes can be overthinked or overthought because
Or overrated?
not overrated, but
Okay.
overthought. Because
Okay.
because if you try too hard to be original, you're just contrived. You become contrived. Rather just gather influences from as many directions and as wide a variety as possible, so you have that variety to draw from, and then let it become a part of yourself. And when you, whether it is writing a song or covering, interpreting a song, if you have that varied base of influence, then your originality will definitely come true. Because at the end of the day, originality is all about just staying true to yourself, right? And not copying someone else. So if you are trying to write a song exactly like another, to sound exactly like another singer, then you're not being original, but then you could be the world's best cover artist. That could be not wrong either. All this is very subjective. So, I don't think there's no hard and fast rule, yeah. In terms of budding singers, songwriters, artists, vocalists, I think it's a process, and when you are of a certain age, youth, sometimes you just have to just enjoy it, because like, for example, I mentioned just now my own process. I don't think I could have done it any different, despite the fact that sometimes I look back and go, oh, I wasted some time. I could have done this earlier instead of moving off and coming back. But this moving off and coming back, the process of my life has made me the artist I am today, and gave me the maturity of what I write, and the flavor of my songs. And so, as an artist, all you have to do is be honest, because art is all about portraying the honesty of your life in your art, whether you're 15 or 25, 30, 35, whatever. And so, if you have the interest and you think you think you're talented and you got good reviews, then, well, I would say, take practical action, get training, get proper feedback, not just from friends whether you're good, things like that. Be realistic at the same time as, you have to have a certain amount of dreamy idealism, I believe, to succeed. Because if you get too realistic and you look at it always from a business point of view or a competitive point of view, it's very easy to get bogged down and feel like you're going to fail and you're not good enough in the industry. But you still need that balance, that balance of practicality and, I think I'm good enough, I'm going to keep on dreaming and improving and be idealistic about how far I can go. Because you never know, really. A lot of these things, sometimes it's just luck. It's not just how hard you work. It is how hard you work, but it's not just how hard you work.
Amazing. And before we move on, what kind of criteria did you set yourself when you write those songs?
You mean the later songs?
Well, no, I mean the original songs that you wrote, right today. Do you set any criteria?
Not necessarily. Nope. I guess nope. I just write. I'm still a very, I guess you could say, emotional writer. I usually write songs pretty fast. They're based on instinct, and
how long?
spur of the moment.
So how long
It
does
depends.
it take?
Some anywhere between half an hour to 2 hours. Sometimes I'll write for 2 hours and then come back to it the next day and continue. But usually no longer than that.
Yeah. Do you have songs that took you a year or two?
No. In terms of the actual writing, no. But like the philosophical, reflective process, yeah, like I said, the journey.
No. most important question, what is music to you?
Mm,
What is
that's
the
a
phi-
difficult one.
what is the philosophy of music?
I always believe that music, especially for a vocalist and a songwriter, is communication. Um, I think there's kind of no point in writing a song that nobody's going to listen to and understand in that sense. If it's just for your own gratification, then it's a different type of music. Like, what kind of music is that? You know, music is for sharing, for mutual understanding, and you know, when you resonate with someone on that frequency, which is not just lyrical, but also melodical, and you know, even the vibrations that music make. Like for a singer, when you sing, there are certain vibrations that cause you to feel certain things. Not just the words that you sing, but even the sound of your voice coming out makes you feel. And so when I feel that, most importantly, I want my audience to be able to resonate with that feeling. Of course, they don't exactly feel how I feel, but if they can, you know, relate it to a certain experience or even just understand what I'm talking about, you know, yeah, then
So,
yeah.
so talent comes from within, and is not just uh, through birth, I suppose.
Huh? Talent?
Yes, the talent for music. You know,
Um,
because your ability to write songs and compose them. You know, is the answer to it is it because you're born with it, or because it was the circumstances?
That's like psychology, nature versus nurture. I had that debate for years. Personally, I believe whether it is songwriting or singing or music or any part of any
But for you,
talents in
yeah,
life,
yes,
yeah.
for you.
For me, well, I mean, it extends because it's not just, you can't just isolate songwriting or music by itself, because it's very similar to other skill sets, and I mean in that sense. But I believe we are born with a certain affinity to a type of thing, or different a different set of things, and along the way, as we you know, encounter experiences, and also, you know, our learning along the way, and people we meet, shape that affinity. Sometimes the affinity is nurtured correctly, sometimes it's hindered. I have been very lucky that I grew up in a family that encouraged me to explore music. They're quite musical, you know. My mom would play classical music to me all the time when I was a baby. So I was very exposed to it. So I don't think my musical ability or songwriting ability was just born with. It was definitely the affinity and then the exposure, just living in that surrounding. If I had been born and bred with mathematical solutions all around, I suppose I would be a mathematician. I don't know, but you know, in that respect. So I think it is both, and also then the third thing I would say would be commitment to the craft, because if you're just born with it and then your experiences make you better at it, but you are not committed to improve, then you will never actually, you will always, you know, plateau. There will be no extra growth. But I think that's what separates the good from the exceptional. So the exceptional not only has the born and bred, but also has the commitment to further on, to keep on improving, that hunger to get better at it, you know.
Hmm. Well, thank you for sharing with us, Shimona, your experiences and your outlook of the way you have shaped music today. And I think a lot of people would have admire you much more if they have found out that what goes behind the music. And once again, here at the National Critics' Choice at Hyatt, I'm Robin Stienberg. Thank you for joining us here in conversation with Shimona herself. And please do not forget to look out for her album, simply Shimona, at her YouTube or what's it, iTunes, Amazon.com, hopefully. And
Not Amazon, no, unfortunately.
well, soon to be. Amazon, please pick it up. And
If you're in Singapore, it's all at all gramophone stores and
yes.
Esplanade store, Esplanade shop.
Yes, that's right. Esplanade shops and even Starbucks Cafe if you're around town this year. And she's going to be performing at the Starbucks cafes pretty soon. Yeah, I believe
Actually, that was already passed.
Oh, that's already passed. Oh, I'm sorry. No, soon.
Too bad.
Soon.
We missed it.
No. I think she could come back. But do you plan to to write a biography about yourself, or even do some concerts in the coming future?
Um, if I do some small feature concerts now and then. Usually they're publicized on my website.
Okay.
Um,
But how about biography?
Never thought of it. I think I'm still too young.
Oh, don't say that. You're never too young. You're never too young. But you would someday, I suppose.
Well,
About your music.
I don't know. I think it's demand versus supply. So if the demand happens, then I'll supply it.
Okay, folks. If you are artist management and you're looking for a great new artist, please consider Shimona. And I'm Robin Stienberg. Thank you for joining me here at the National Critics' Choice. Hi. Have a good day and a great week ahead. Thank you. And I'm so sorry.